Hey, how are ya? Welcome to my channel. Okay, let's start this, okay? That's a rough intro. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today's video, we'll be talking about natto. So, what is natto? Natto is basically fermented beans. Yeah, is it shocking? Is it like revolutionary? No, not really. It's just fermented beans, basically. So why do I consider natto to be one of the most dense nutrients food in the world? Well, very easy, because it has three very unique special nutrients in it. The first one would be nattokinase. The second one would be vitamin K2, and the third one will be probiotic.
So, what are those three nutrients? Why are they so important? Let's figure it out together. Nattokinase is a natural blood thinner, anti-buildup of fats and cholesterol in your artery walls, and have neuroprotective actions. There are no other drugs that has these unique properties similar to nattokinase. As for vitamin K2, it can reduce vascular calcification, as vitamin K2 is responsible to drive calcium to the bones instead of your arteries. This means that natto can improve your cardiovascular health tremendously if taken on a daily basis. And lastly, natto is a probiotic. May I say more?
Okay, with natto being one of the most dense nutrient food in the world, why aren't people talking about it? Why aren't people jumping into this food and say this is and incorporate this into their lives? This is a few examples of people eating natto for the first time. Check it out.
Well, I've gotten each of our team a 1.8 ounce serving of natto. You guys ready to try it?
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Yum. Okay.
Oh man. God. That tastes awful.
Okay, so this is your first try, and okay, fine. Natto stinks. Natto has a very weird, gooey texture to it, so it makes it feel like you're eating trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, it really does. But what if I tell you a secret about natto? Do you want to know the secret? Well, then come a little closer. Okay, I'm just going to tell you this. Okay, promise me that you will not tell anybody about this? Okay. So, natto can be made by any legumes in the world. Wow, breaking news. So, with this project, I'm going to show you 3 types of experiments that I have done to make natto. I'm going to use 3 types of legumes: green bean, red bean, and soybean, to see what are the differences and how you can make natto palatable. So, let's go.
The first thing we do is we rinse the beans, all 3 of them. Then we soak them in water for minimum 8 hours. After that, we start steaming them. For how long? Wait for the cue call. Next is the most important part of this experiment. But first, we need to sterilize our tools. And after that, we bring the bacterium. So with the bacterium, what we're going to do the natto starter. How we're going to do that? We're just going to add the bacterium with water and mix it well. And that's our natto starter. And with the natto starter, we're just going to mix it with the beans and mix it well. And then we're going to put the beans into an incubator. With the incubator, we're going to ferment it around 8 hours. And then your natto is done. If you don't have an incubator, don't worry. Just use your rice cooker you have at home and set it into warm setting, and that will be your incubator. Just remember to ferment it for at least 8 hours, and after that, your job is done.
8 hours later.
So this is the finished product. It is a bit slimy, a bit smelly, but you need to put it into the fridge for a day, and after that, your natto is ready.
Whoa! And welcome back. So you guys know my secret now to make natto from other beans. Well, so let's just try them, shall we? Well, I have refrigerated all this natto into the fridge for a day. So let's try these nattos, shall we? The first one we will try is this green bean natto. So this is the first one we will try. Let's smell it first. Yeah, it smells like dirty socks. Very dirty socks. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I have to be honest, guys. I made this a few times already, and every time I made it, I hated it. So I'm not surprised that it smells like dirty socks. Ugh. So let's try it, shall we? Oh. It smells exactly like it tastes. It tastes like dirty socks. But the texture, it's like bean texture, but the smell and the taste is really like dirty socks. I really can't say much about it. This is very bad. I hate this. I'll never make it again. It's because of you guys I made it. So like, comment, subscribe. Okay, so the next one we'll try is the red bean one. Okay, so this is actually, if I'm being very biased, this is my favorite. I made this many times. If you guys don't know, I actually experiment all these things before I presented it to you guys, because I really want you guys to be creative. So let's smell it and let's see how it smells like. This red bean one, it smells like smoky. It's very smoky. It smells like red bean, but with the smokiness into it. I kind of like that smell. So let's taste it and we shall see. It tastes pretty good. It tastes like red bean, only it's like 10% natto-y. So I really enjoy it. Doesn't really smell or taste like natto, so I quite enjoy this. Actually, if you were to give me this and say that it's just normal red beans, I'll believe you. No kid. Okay, the last one we will try is the soybean. So let's try it. You know, I kind of hesitant. I tried this many times, this soybean one, and every time I try it, I tell you, it smell is horrible. Once you ferment it, you know, it really smells horrible. There's a very pleasant soybean taste to it. It's pretty fragrant actually. I quite like it. There's a certain sweetness to it. How does it smell? Let's see. It smells a little bit ammonia-y, but other than that, it doesn't really smell. I'm surprised because when we stop fermenting all these beans, this smells the worst. It reeks the entire room. It really smells very bad. But after you refrigerated them for a day, the smell is like 90% gone. I'm very surprised by that, and I quite like it because it does have some sweetness to it. It reminds me a lot of tofu, that kind of fragranty kind of smell. I grew up eating tofu and soy milk, so I kind of know the smell, and I quite like it. So we have come to a conclusion that we can make anything out of natto, basically. So experiment and try, okay? But we have to give a verdict with all these 3 amazing beans. So let's give the worst bean of all, and I think you guys will have guessed it. It's the green bean. Yeah, it smells like it tastes. So if you were to experiment with natto, avoid this at all costs. The next one, the second place, is is this, the soybean. I will give this a second place. I actually quite like the taste of it. It's a bit sweeter than the red bean. But the thing that puts me off is that it takes 2 hours to cook this thing. Okay, I'll give you an example. Like the green bean, it took 40 minutes to cook. The red bean took 55 minutes to cook. This took 2 hours to cook. It was very long. I kind of lose my patience with this, but I persevere for you guys. So, like, comment, subscribe, please. Okay. I like the taste. I really do. But the thing is that it's just, once you ferment it for 8 hours and you open, you don't even have to open the lid. You know, you can just smell the smell of this soybean. So I'm very surprised that, you know, after you refrigerate it, it doesn't really smell like natto anymore. It's actually quite nice. So if you're making it at home, if you can avoid it, because the smell is quite horrible when you ferment it. So the number 1 winner of all the beans of the world of natto is it's the red bean. So this red bean is my favorite because it has a smoky kind of red bean kind of smell to it. Doesn't really smell like natto, and it tastes like a bean, you know, like a red bean. So in terms of taste, in terms of smell, this is the winner, I would say. Now, for people who don't like red beans, they might not enjoy it, but for people who really want to experiment and taste natto without the smell, I would say you should try red bean natto. This is really good. So this is the winner of this natto challenge. Anyway, I have to go. Thank you so much for listening to me and watching me all this while. So I will end this video with no more, be more. Yeah, that's my tagline. Deal with it. Anyway, bye guys. Enjoy.